Okay, I think that's enough. Just wanted to stop by and say welcome to everybody who stops by here at the stream, including you, Random Stuff, and CSX7598YT. Welcome to the stream. It's that time of the week again, isn't it? It's that time for Cursed Trains from Train of Thought Discord!
Woo! Yeah, baby! That's what I've been waiting for. That's what it's all about. Woo!
Is this the time for DMs? Actually, when was the last time I actually got a DM from you? I still have yet to update this. Hold on a sec. Oh, yeah. Yeah, it was the something about what was it? It wasn't train related. At least what wasn't already posted onto the Discord. Anyway, speaking of which, go check out Train of Thought's Discord. Go check out Train of Thought's YouTube channel at Train Facts Guy. Go check out his Twitter at Train Facts Guy as well. We posted a new video today. Probably gonna stream tomorrow. And when you go join his Discord, go to the rules for cursed train submissions, and you can submit your own cursed train images. Oh, I'm sorry to hear about that. Are you in the brunt of that storm that's hitting the not just the Northeast, but basically the entire East Coast? All the way into like the Midwest? It's astonishing, really. And I suspect that we're going to keep having nasty storms like that for the foreseeable future this time of year. What was I trying to say? I have lost focus. Anyway, let me get back to where is it? 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 Ah, here it is. Just moseying on over to the Discord just to be absolutely sure that everything is as it should be. Just scooting on up a bit. How much further do I have to go? Because last week was the 16th. That's strange. I could have swore I shared this last week, but it was the 18th, so what gives? Did I not stream on a Friday last week? Anyway, I should probably get the wheel ready, and we can hop straight into it. Like that, yeah. All right. So yeah, where was I? So this is the wheel. We are going to start with open office hours, and that means, oh yeah, understandably so. That means starting off with Benny Boy's Discord, because we got to warm up for office hours. And this is the first thing that comes to mind, or I would hope wouldn't come to mind, for obvious reasons. Yeah, I will certainly do that, don't worry. That's what's wrong, Ferdinand. Was this from last week? Yeah, I think, yeah, it was from last week. There hadn't been anything new posted since then for Benny Boy's Discord, so I guess we can close that tab, and we could go over to your Discord. Now, I thought that we saw this for one reason or another, and that we saw a little bit of this. I could be wrong, but I don't know. I don't know. You got to add more channels, bro. Because having it all in general is not very helpful for looking at all the cursed trains that you want me to see on your Discord. Actually, you know what? It might be easier to go to the latest. Epilepsy seizure warning. First thing that comes to mind is just the Nightcore version of Caramel Dancing. And of course, we got Conrail, my beloved. We got Lash Up of the Century, which I'm not sure what makes it special, but it's okay. Something about this just feels funny to me. Don't know how to explain it first and foremost. Please tell me that's not an actual person. Otherwise, I'm going to get banned.
Dr. Freeman.
Okay, I was not expecting that. Moving on. Let's see. Schlanta, the local brickmaker, with the bull. And something about this is off. Namely, the lack of railings or a way to step in. Over on the tender. Cab could be a bit wider. And there could be some wheel adjustments here on the pilot. Among other things. I think what makes it weirder is that there's this frame just jutting out here. But it doesn't constitute a regular outside frame thingamajig or inside frame or whatever. You know what I mean. Yeah, that's true, that's true. What I think is special, though, is the fact that I'm assuming this is a sand dome, but it's square, so it's more like a sandbox. And it doesn't look like there's any pipes threading out of it to get to the drivers. But I think the biggest thing for me is these extra funnels here. What kind of European is that? You and the horse you rode in on. Just gonna adjust the volume. But yeah, that's a funny funnel or two if I had ever seen one. So it's time to spin the wheel. Round and round the wheel she goes. Where she stops, nobody knows. Egg. So you'll mark that as done. I'll hop back into the void. I was really hoping I wouldn't have to change models. Especially so soon. Okay, so I'm back. I see. Oh, hi, Celestial Caboose. Welcome to the stream. Oh, this was your post? Oh, no, wait, it wasn't. I feel like there was something I missed in the conversation. Because, like, this was your first comment here? Unless there was something else down here that you posted, but maybe that's neither here nor there. I am in Heiss's server, so I could go see the image, of course. We got this classic. Oh boy. Anyway, what else do we got here? This is from TikTok. The 973 Suka and 193 Komentar. Thanks for the 5K follows. Oh, and it's an image. I got played for a sucker. No, but it probably feels like it if the tracks aren't great. So, what's cursed about this image? I don't see it. Moving on. We got this one. Oh, this crossing signal. It's the saddest crossing signal I think I've seen in real life. Not very useful either. I think it's here just for show. Unless this is supposed to be something else entirely. It does look like it was part of a crossing gate arm at one point. But then it just got taken off, and I'm assuming maybe used as a fence segment, for the lack of a better term. Railing is the word I'm thinking of, yes. We got this Photoshop, which, not the worst, not the best. Certainly a lot better than what I would have gotten away with maybe back in 2007 in PowerPoint. Not that I would have done that, but you get the idea. Heritage units. Okay, not gonna lie, this actually does look kind of cursed. Though I don't think that was the intention. Are those sparks? I certainly hope not. I don't know what that is. Not train related, not train related. This one I think was cross-posted. It's the little creature. We've got a post about something unrelated to trains. We got just normal train stuff here. I guess it's strange that there's a static well, actually it's probably a mobile staircase up into the cab. But other than that, I'm not sure if there's anything else that's out of the ordinary here. Gosh, these images are small. That's what she said. Now, I admit having a corridor tender is kind of weird, and having outside running gear on a British loco, I guess, because that's normally on the inside. But yeah, I hope your week's been doing great so far. This is the perfect reaction face to the eldritch horror that we will experience. This, I think, was posted earlier, if memory serves. This is just a regular pannier tank engine. This, I think, was already posted before, or we already saw it. We've got the GBR 2-stud mainline beta, which I think that's only cursed because Roblox. But other than that, I'm not sure what else. This is weird, though. I need to remember the context for this. Because it's a bunch of mining elevators that are just, like, stacked on top of each other for some reason. Hello, Evan. Welcome to the stream. Is this cursed? Looks pretty normal to me. It's like train simulator. Okay, maybe it's a little weird that there's double windows on these cars. In some deliveries, kind of anachronistic, for the lack of a better term, but I don't know. Classic. Ah, this is the one I was thinking of. That was supposed to be cursed. Okay, so it is Roblox. Okay, yeah, that is definitely not a good thing. Hold on, let me add some sound to it. Ah, here it is. There we go. Yes, anachronism. Because it seemed like the liveries were from different periods from when the cars were produced. At least for some of them. I'm trying to remember. Is this also cursed? Not cursed in the way I thought it would be. Because there was a car that was a near miss with this train. If it blows up now, I think that'd be funny, though. Keeps reposting and reposting the same stuff. This post was fact-checked by the Santa Fe Railroad as true. And that statement is double false, wherever that is. I am overstimulated. No picture quite encapsulates my life quite like this. We got this. I think it's just cursed that it's an American freight train that's really hauling it. Normally they aren't that fast. We got valve gear, GIF, no big deal. Oh, it's that meme of that dang penguin. Yeah, these two images have the same they have the same energy. Though I think this locomotive is at the edge of the tracks now that I think about it. Here's one from Jacket Jail Fries. Okay, so this is where we left off previously. I don't know what the deal was with this, but they said they needed to add a propeller hat to this guy. Okay, so yeah. We have officially reached stuff from last week. I don't know why it's called Dime. Oh gosh, I don't remember this. Someone's trying to build a fireless loco. Fireless steam. Anything else here I missed? No, I think this is pretty much it. So we can go bounce over to, I think, Jacket Jail Fries' Discord. I don't think there's anything new here. Yeah, there's nothing new here. And that means we can go to Train of Thought's Discord! Unless somebody wants me to look at their YouTube channels for posts or something. Speak now or forever hold your peace until, like, the end of stream. So this is where we left off last week, on the 16th, I think. Oh, okay. Take care. So Captain Hades posted the worst I've seen of preserved Japanese trains. And yeah, that is definitely a yikes for me. I am very confused though, because this is such a tight space to put this staircase on. But apparently it's so you could actually get in here and get over here. Which, I don't know how there's any clearance for the doors to open unless they open inwards. Every time I see this bit here, though, I feel as though it just, I don't know, it just reminds me of Morty from Rick and Morty. Oh, geez, Rick! Hey, Amtrak fan, welcome to the stream. We just wrapped up the office hours. We're doing fine so far. Oh. Oh, I actually just did look there, now that you mention it. I can check a second time, but I don't think it's going to change. Let's see. Yeah, that's not it. Just spoiling stuff for me with this new tab. Okay, so maybe there's new stuff here. Yeah, there's new stuff here. Sort of. This is 6:14 p.m. and there's a giant wall of text that I'm not sure is worth reading because we're already like 20 minutes into the stream, going on 30. But yeah, this is just all sorts of weird. And we got Caltrain repost, Norfolk Southern. Is this British? Because if it is, we'd have to spin the wheel, but I'm not exactly sure. Like, it looks more Central European to me. I think this was posted previously. This one, though, this one's... Oh, yeah, okay. By the way, I haven't seen you in a while, Celestial Caboose, so it's glad to see you're back. I just am a little mortified to see this here, because, like, the original fleets for Caltrain, the diesel electric locos, the F40PHs, and the, I forget what the other ones are. They were kind of goofy in their own right with the livery on them. I don't know what to make of this one. They couldn't be bothered to actually add the Union Pacific logo to this one. But it just looks so weird to have all these axles together in this configuration. I'm so used to it just being a maximum of 3. We got Northwest. I think that's not bad or great. Oh, it does. Oh. 212 4Ts and 410 Os. Well, I could imagine maybe the 410O, but a 212 4T, oof. That's just a big oof from me. So yeah, we circled around on that one. We've got the Railjet on this Sprinter, which, I don't know. I feel like it fits a little bit better than most. We've got... what on earth is this? Definitely not Central Oregon and Pacific with Operation Lifesaver, I'll tell you that. Ah, yes. It's... Hold on a sec. It's...
The Milwaukee Road.
Ooh, that sounds even weirder. In a good way, though. But yeah, we got 4 trailing wheels that really don't do anything except carry extra weight. We got traction here, a little bit of traction over here, and then it's mirrored over on this other side. And this is fully electric, mind you. I remember that
The Milwaukee Road
had loads of weird electric locos, but I don't remember this one. But yeah, I can certainly tell this is from
The Milwaukee Road
on account of the fact that there's
The Milwaukee Road
locomotives back over here in the correct livery. And BNSF. Maybe the only thing that's cursed about this is that this paint scheme isn't supposed to be associated with this specific prototype of locomotive. And therefore it's a fantasy scheme. That and the ventilation is not necessarily matching the original livery for that sort of thing, I guess. I don't know. I feel like there's something off about this portion here. I don't know why. I just do. But yeah, that's the stuff on Betty Bay's Discord. Let's hop back to Train of Thoughts Discord. We got ourselves a classic repost here from American Guy. Good morning, USA. But yeah, I would be so doxxed so hard if something like this happened, where I basically move somewhere where there's like an active uh amounts of rail traffic right next door, or at my doorstep rather. Anyway, we got Hoya Fanboy 1930s with the Galaxy Express 39 Eternal Fantasy ending cut. So originally in the film, they would show some scenes of the engines that the planet Technologia produced. I'm talking about duplexes and double-decker high-speed trains that were supposed to be shown at the end in a way that shows that the 39 wasn't the only train made by them. But for some weird reason, it was cut in the final version, and we only have this image to prove its existence. Okay. And yes, the valve gears on the steamers look weird, but that's because Leiji Matsumoto can't draw realistic valve gears on them, so he fictionalizes his own instead. Well, the Galaxy Express 39 had prototypical valve gear the last I checked. But is this supposed to be a concept art book? Or is it supposed to be something else? I don't know. Oh, that's important to note. But yeah, the El Gobernador, the El Gobernador can definitely just suck my eggs. Model Glue Sniffer says from a crappy mobile game. If it'll load for me. And it's gone. I'm assuming this is also gone. And this is probably also gone. So, you know what that's going to require us to do? Oh, definitely not that. It's going to require us to grab some screenshots while I go and search in Google Images in a separate tab because I don't know if there's going to be something weird that shows up. So yeah, we got this one. Oh, that is a very small image. I should probably get something bigger. But I'm seeing more cursed trains as a result of it, which is very curious. Oh, okay. That's good to know. Let's see. So yeah, apparently the game is Train Merger Idle Rail Tycoon. I'm just gonna open this image in a new tab, and it is still a terrible resolution. Can I just get visual matches? Okay, maybe exact matches. No, there's hardly any matches. And then we can go and grab this one. I feel like they put the numbers on it as an afterthought. Now that I think about it. And of course, all the search results are flooded with slop instead of what I'm actually looking for. So we weren't able to find a better image of that, which is a bit unfortunate. Just going to zoom in on this. And last but not least, we got this third image here that I hope will actually work this time. Crossing my fingers, knocking on wood, and these are not the results I was expecting. These are definitely not the results I was expecting. Mind you, they're still cursed. Just not the ones I was thinking of. You know? But I guess I'll have to show y'all. Because it looks like I stumbled across something similarly cursed over here. I wouldn't have thought that they'd make an O-scale GG1 in this livery. Here's the other side. Here's the top. Here's the underside, which looks kind of improvised now that I think about it. And here it is from the other way. And I don't know what they did, but they did this poor thing dirty because it actually has the couplers you'd find in Great Depression tin plate Lionel trains, which is very strange. As if the entire composition of this locomotive wasn't strange to begin with, you know? Because it's got the blue comet color scheme and all that. But that was the first thing that I stumbled across. What else did I stumble across? I stumbled across one of the images that we were supposed to have, which I don't think they were trying. This looks pretty isometric. That's not a good thing. We got, I want to say, a Centennial GG1 here for some reason from Lionel in Fantasy Scheme that I stumbled across. And apparently there's also... Ooh, what's this? It's like the girl set from Lionel, but it's a GG1 instead. I don't remember that being a thing. If I can find the image here. Because the search results I was using are insufferable. But yeah, I'm having trouble. Let's see, just look at the image in a new tab, please. We could only see the thumbnail. Gosh dang it. Actually, let me check. If I can find it again. Yeah, it might be a 264. Just from a cursory glance. I actually have a 264, just not in the obvious, obnoxious pastel hot pink for what you'd normally expect from like a really fancy car from that era. Oh, here it is. Yeah, it's definitely a 264. But yeah, here's the... Here is the one I was thinking of. Uh, the girl set version, but it's the GG one. Not sure if you're able to see that. Oh yeah, you should be able to see that. Just not very well. I thought I'd have a better picture of that. I guess not. Scratching my nose. Gosh dang it. But yeah, I don't know. I can't find it. But yeah, uh, this is the girls' train set. Gonna close that. Gonna have to zoom in somehow, and zooming in is not working. Yippee. But yeah, I don't think this image does justice to it. I would certainly hope so. Speaking of Austria, did you hear? Apparently, the title for happiest uh people, or is it happiest place on Earth, was taken from Vienna, Austria, and now it's Copenhagen. But yeah, this is what I wanted to show y'all. This goober. Absolute weirdo. But we like our weirdos here. Unfortunately, I was not able to find a version of this that was closer. I mean, it's not like I can copy the message link, or actually, no. Yeah, I can't copy the message and put it in a new tab. Yield Seawitch, they got this over here. How it works, steam train, and there is something strange about these proportions. That, and it's an American style locomotive with buffers. Which, why would you do such a thing? Featuring the 587. Oh gosh! Oh no! You'll see which posted again. The 1957 New Zealand release cover of the vinyl EP record of Edward's Day Outs and Edward and Gordon. Oh gosh, that is true eldritch horror. What? Who thought this was a good idea? Who thought this was a good idea? Like, they had more than enough illustrations. They didn't need to do something new with it. I mean, you know what this reminds me of? This reminds me of that cursed North American localization of the Mega Man uh, cover art, which doesn't make any dang sense and is not in line with what you see in the game. Oh, yeah. But yeah, this is just eldritch horror right here. Nothing else quite encapsulates what I feel about this. Frank the Fox Demon with the 29th of the Twitter Living History series. This was taken May 1st, 1925. A German express train traveling from Königsberg, or is it Königsberg in Berlin? To Berlin, crashes near Swazien, Poland. There were 26 casualties and 12 injuries. Which, now that I think about it, it shouldn't be too difficult to imagine that it could have been worse. I don't know what's going on with Discord today, but it is not cooperating. And I don't want to refresh the page because that risks me losing my spot. Now that I remember, I was supposed to do something. I think I lost another auction because I wasn't paying attention. Because you snooze, you lose. Oh, yep, it ended. It sold today at 6:08. I am off by half an hour. We'll get him next time. Mission failed. But yeah, I wish I was... Actually, you know what? Let's see. Germany blames Poland and Poland blames Germany. Will this load for me, please? No? Let me open... Let me copy message link. Open it in a new tab. Paste it here. Just to be safe, because I don't know what's going to happen on Twitter. Especially if you've heard the news. Okay, so it looks like there's not going to be anything cursed here. So we should be safe. But yeah, ever since the Grok AI scandal, well, the most recent one, there's been more than one at this point. So I just don't even. But yeah, this is what it looks like. You know, for such a high casualty count, I would have thought that there'd be a much harsher derailment. Oh, no, wait, I take that back. This is probably where it all happened. Oh, gosh. Oh, gosh. Lego Master 116, where did you find this? I know there's the bicycle locomotive in North America, but I don't remember it having a curved roof on the cab. Oh, hey, cool red t-shirt. Just look at this. It's adorable, it's wholesome, but it's also mortifying. It is blurst. Especially with these proportions. Oh. I'm sorry to hear about that. Oh, was that why it has the buffers? I thought it was for some other reason. Anyway, yield C, which added again with this locomotive, which reminds everybody that you can't have in Detroit. Got his mobility privileges revoked. Not just that, where's the headlamp? Because that's also gone, and I think the railings were supposed to end off here, but it doesn't look like they're working quite right. But they put this poor dude on blocks. And that's becoming a bit of an issue. But yeah, all the driver wheels on this 10-wheeler have just been revoked, including all the components to the running gear. Is this giving me a hard time because I'm running out of memory or something? Yes, I appear to be running out of memory, so let me go in Firefox. And that should free up some space in my RAM. This is a terrible time to get new RAM sticks, unfortunately. Anyway, Frank the Fox Demon posted FC y muere de Etin number 4, Parañafe, from Peru, 1889. Only one was produced. I'll make a note of that. Anyway, only one is produced. Note that the image is from the builder's photo. The second image is almost 90 years later. Oh. depending on when it was taken, in the presence of the 1960 Ford ranch wagon on the right of the picture, if we take that into account. I can mark that down as something to look at. Oh yeah, I see what you mean. I see what you mean. Actually, it looks like there were several different locomotive, or rather train sets, that were used on this line historically. And for some reason, all the photos I'm able to find are not necessarily from a viewed angle that allows me to see the entire wheels. But here's an image from the rail archives, and I can kind of see what you mean. It does look a little cheap. Still a lot less chunky and blocky than what I have back at home. Anyway, what were they trying to say? Frank said, in 1889, the Rogers built the 042 locomotive for the Ferrocarril y Muelle de Eaton. This should be translated into Railroad of the Port of Eaton and operated in La Bayaque, or in the La Bayaque, or sorry, I keep mispronouncing it. And they operated in the Lambayeque region. It had been ordered by Hoadley and Company and carried the works numbers 4191 on the rail. On this railroad, it was the second locomotive carrying that the number 4 after an earlier 040 saddle tank. It was named Fareñafe after the province and town in Lambayeque. I am having so much trouble today trying to read this. I don't know why. It was named this after a province and town in that region, the Lambayeque region. In the years between 1890 and 1897, there were service records with between 13,000 and 24,600 miles traveled per year. As late as 1955, it underwent a substantial rebuild. Visually most notable was the new cab with the rounded roof. Additionally, it received piston valves, while the arrangement of the domes on the boiler remained largely unaltered. Oh yeah, this is a goober. This is truly blessed and cursed. It just looks so goofy. It just looks so goofy looking. And for some reason, I'm not able to see the other side of this image. Am I able to just open this image in a new tab and then zoom out? Oh, yeah, it does cut off. Not sure why that's the case. Also, why does the valve gear look different? But it's friend-shaped. Oh, gosh. Oh, no, I don't think that's how you're supposed to do a road-to-rail conversion. But this is from RDSO Discord, without the I. I'm a newbie to the server. Here's a cursed train, TOT. Why am I not surprised? It's the New York subway system. There's always something weird happening. But, Oh boy. Oh boy, you can certainly do that. You can certainly do that, but I wouldn't recommend it because there's just too much play in between the wheels, I could imagine. Okay, maybe not. But I feel like this is going to cause a lot of stress on your wheel hubs. Fourth most insane thing that happened that day. But yeah, I can see where the stress and the wear and tear is here from when it's been used on the rails. And here it is with a car jack to lift it up off the track so they can swap out the actual uh, hubs with the tires on them, which is just absolutely bonkers. But to be honest, I'm just surprised nobody thought about this before. To just use the hubcaps as an improvised wheel for railroad tracks. Normally, you have to like insert your own dedicated wheels, which I imagine would be more efficient. But apparently, this is in Russia, or at least that's where the website this original video is based comes from. Just gonna mute this. This just has the vibes of a video from like the late 2000s from Russia. I don't know why, it just does. But yeah, no, who needs high rail when you got this? Yeah, I imagine this would be used. Oh gosh, that is a lot of sparks. That is not good. That is definitely not good. I feel like this is a missed. Oh, and of course they're struggling with the switches because it's double flanged. I still think it would have been easier if they did this at a crossing, though. Or at least somewhere where the track railhead is level with the ground. Curiously enough, it seems to be doing a much better job driving this way than it does the other way. Okay, you have a good one. Take care, Celestial Caboose 1280. Ooh, what's this? Not the velocipede I was expecting. Also, another thing I found was the future bike Schlemen, or is it Scheinen? HPVWM. Why does this sound like an STI? And this is a deep fried image if I've ever seen one. Here's a better one, at least. Very aerodynamic. Here's a reclined bicycle road conversion, or railroad conversion. Oh, my brother in Christ. You may recall some of the images from previous streams where we had entire ships being carried, conceptually speaking. Obviously, it didn't come to fruition. But there was that one, was it a funicular or was it a cog railway that was able to grab a boat and lift it up to a higher point on the mountainside? So that technically is boats on rails, not accounting for like the smaller dinghy boats that you can ship on a flatbed car. But yeah, this one definitely screams velocipede. I just wish that we had a better resolution of it so we could actually enjoy it better. Let's see. We got this post from Johnny, and it says Pico must have mistook this GE for a Rustin. My voice is acting up. But yeah. Rails of Sheffield, British Railways 040 Industrial Diesel logo. Except that's not what it's supposed to look like. But then again, I don't even remember what the Rustin is supposed to look like exactly. It just has a similar shadow profile or silhouette, I should say. Oh! Oh! Hold my beer. Hold my beer. They're Boeing ships uh they ship uh their plane frames on rail, and there's this very famous derailment with a bunch of fuselages of airplanes in the derailment just all over the place. Here it is from Cowboy State Daily. If it will let me take a peek. Oh, okay. So I was hoping they'd have better images here, but I guess we're gonna have to. Let's try NBC. So yeah, this does it a little bit more justice, but not exactly. Come on. Ah, here's a better one. Well, sort of. There's gotta be better photos of this. Ooh, this one's from Reuters. Unfortunately, wait, do they have a lot of photos here? Please tell me they have a lot of photos here that do this justice. Man, it's all shots of the planes by the riverbed, but none of the train itself or the components thereof. Because this is what's... Oh, gosh dang it. Just show me the frickin' photo. Because this is how they put planes on trains. You got the whole fuselage here. The wings will be assembled later, but it needs to go from one factory to another in order for that to be accomplished. And here is an image of one of those trains carrying all those Boeing plane bodies derailed into a river. Did I say hi to you, Evan? If I hadn't, I'll just say it now. Hi, Evan. Welcome to the stream. What else do we have here? Actually, now that I think about it. Ah, yes. Okay, I'm just looking at this very, very long thread here. gosh dang it. This could be a video unto itself because of how goofy it is. Oh, of course I had to call it that. This one just looks, gosh darn awful. Absolutely atrocious. But we'll just leave that thread there because there's like three messages and we'd be here all night. But yeah. What does Frank have here? From the Queensland State Archives Series Part 20. A freight car with advertising painted on the side. Part 1. This boxcar is advertising the Holland Motors Limited. Yeah, that's very obnoxious. But hey, it's an empty side to a boxcar, so it's basically just free real estate. Might as well capitalize on it while you still can. Oh. Oh. Muka Skyla. Am I going to post a man's hard work? A model he spends days or weeks on making? Yes, of course I am. If it'll load for me. And it's not gonna load for me, so I guess we're just gonna... Why can't I just open this image in a new tab? Yeah, that didn't work. Am I able to cheese it? This content is no longer available. That's strange. But from what we can see, or vaguely gather, it is not great. But we should have more than enough RAM at this point. Oh. Oh. RDSO Discord at it again. So here's the third cursed train I find. I'm going to post every weird and cursed train I see that I am able to post here. This is a train from a random show from Disney Junior. It's from Special Agent Oso, and it's called the Railroad Rapide. Let's see. RR Rapide is Oso's French-speaking train in Special Agent Oso, who mostly takes Oso to places where kids need help, and even on some occasions does his training exercises on board Rapide. It's the cat train. Or is it? Yeah, it's the cat train. Ain't nobody gonna tell me otherwise. Oh, and apparently there's a holiday version of it. Anyway, oh god, I had completely forgot about that show I once loved. If I recall, Rapide is also magic because their interior is larger than the exterior somehow. We call that a non-Euclidean space. Or at least one of the varieties of such. Here's the French-speaking train from the show I remember watching, and for some reason, when he stopped, it looks like he has husky ears. And it's more cursed here because in the show's Christmas special, he has a literal family. How could a train have a family? Take a look. I'm not going to risk it. Anyways, because of slow mode, I've been silent for a few hours. Like, bruh, who allowed the Baltimore and Ohio P7 in the Butter 18201 to have a kid? What the is this? I'm speechless. I'm speechless too. I don't even know what that is. Oh, and of course, and even worse, the narrow gauge baby French high-speed train playing soccer with an American streamlined locomotive. And what the hell? Oh my god. Did he just throw a 5-tooth gear at his buddy right there? Why would you do that? Why would you do that? Also, how does this work? How does any of this work? The absolute hero. I mean, the absolute horror. I think we're almost at the end, but hopefully we have a little bit more. So that post from earlier about the cruddy mobile game, well, Hoya Fanboy replied to them with this post saying, making the most budget-friendly passenger cars as possible, made by Walters HO Trains, the Oscar and Piker sets. Complete with super details, interior, decal, couplers, and truck. Everything's included, no extras. The Piker is at home and freight service too. The Piker 21-foot 2-section Pullman, solarium, and diner. A fun to build construction. The Piker is fun everywhere. Here's Piker and Oscar. Get one of each, they run well together. So for some reason I thought this was a chop shop, but apparently they sold these things at retail, which makes it even more cursed. And of course they had to have it in
The Milwaukee Road
livery. Why wouldn't they? And here we got the Pennsylvania, which for some reason the image is very small. And the Union Pacific. These are the passenger cars that would be behind the Union Pacific locomotive that we saw before. I wish there were actual cars like this. 6-wheel steel body cars are an interesting novelty. Says RK. American Guy says, I've been wanting either one of these for a while, and I can see why. It's friend-shaped. We've got a YouTube video from RDSO Discord again with the London Northeastern Railway, which has this video, which is introducing the LNE Air, our latest innovation in travel. I feel like this is going to get claimed.
Here at LNER, we've been on the ground for generations, taking passengers from A to B. But lately, we've been
Let me just unmute this.
on the ground for generations, taking passengers from A to B. But lately, we've been thinking, why can't it be air to B? Introducing LNER, the hottest new airline with a twist. So why fly with us? What's so special? We've harmonised what you love about trains and what you hate about planes. Come on, let me show you. Gone are the days of fiddling, trying not to spill any of that expensive perfume into 100ml bottles. In this terminal, we don't mess about. No stopping and starting, no luggage weighing, no stressed airport dads with everyone's passports. Just scan your ticket at the gate and you're ready to fly. Hello? Is airplane mode not activated on that phone of yours? Only joking. No need for airplane mode on this flight. We've got Wi-Fi too. Everybody loves a fly demo. We've given ours a little bit of spice to get you ready for the flight of your life. But our most celebrated feature, clapping when we've landed. So come with us and head to your dream destination with LNE Air. Oh, did we get it? Yes.
Oh yeah, I should have known. Oh hey, that's me! Why am I recommended by me? Or recommended to me, of me, by me. Anyway, I think that's enough explaining there. Let's head on to the next post from RK315. The Stockholm Västerås Bergslagen Railway Inspection Locomotive. Oh, that is an absolute doohickey of a locomotive if I've ever seen one. Which end of this thing is the front? Is this... This has to be the cab, right? And it pooped out on me. But we got an extra car here. We've got a funny funnel here. We've got only one drive axle here. I'm speechless. I'm absolutely speechless. But at least we have a chance to spin the wheel again. Maxwell! This is going to be interesting. Mark that as done. And I should be able to... just stick him on my head. Cat loaf. It's a little glitchy. Maybe I shouldn't complain. It works fine. Alright, back to the Cursed Trains from Train of Thought's Discord. With Frank the Fox Demon's 30th of the Twitter Living History series. Photos were taken August 10th, 1973. From at 50 years ago live. A train derails in Balbigny. Or is it Balbany? Balbigny. Because it's French. Anyway. Balbigny, France, and crashes through 2 residential buildings before coming to a final stop. Night of Anxiety on the line SNCF Saint Rouen. Headlined at the time La Tribune, Le Progrès. They said, on Friday, August 10th, 1973, a train of 42 wagons loaded with 1,500 tons of corn, leaving Saint-Ouen, gaining speed, goes to Vengrange, where he stops in a coast. Then he goes back in the opposite direction in a terrifying pendulum movement. In Balbigny, he is directed against a stop, derail, and sprays a farm. Miraculously, the accident only had a victim of chickens who suffocated on cereals. I think this is a literal translation, but you get the idea. So it went up a slope, but it wasn't able to make it all the way, so it swung back down, went past a derailleur, and now there's corn everywhere. I am very curious, though, on account of the fact that it's corn. Wait, is this how they used to transfer corn? I thought those hoppers were exclusively ballast hoppers for some reason. But yeah, that's a lot of collateral damage. I hope they got insurance. We got something from you, CSX. This is something. Oh my God, it's a dinosaur. Holy. What the... But yeah, dinosaurs and trains. Specifically, I think it's that New Jersey transit of some sort. I forget. RDSO Discord posted, I found this cursed IRL Thomas in Poland. Every day we stray further from God. This poor narrow gauge locomotive has been done dirty. I do think it's got an interesting coupler, though. Because, like, this looks like it flaps over to the side. And when you just merge them together, this little bit butts to the other locomotive or rail car that it's connecting to. And then you flip this out. And you take this hook and loop. And you just chain it to the other one. And you do the same over here. I don't think I've seen that before. Or at least I didn't spend that much time thinking about it. But now I have. Though I do think they need to have a better color scheme for this, because this blue is atrocious for this application. But I think this is a repost, unfortunately. Stop motion smoke pucks replied, and they just want to unsee this all. To the incinerator with you. Oh gosh, that's good. From Phoenix Lover 69.
Nice.
And it looks like we hit the end. Yeah, we have hit the end. And I think we can go back to this thread over here that I was cited in, because this was from like January 11th with just the orb Toby. Stop Motion Smoke Box said they had one of those toys in the King Knapford Station thing as well. The toe ball from Biozone. Or more accurately, according to J2, the Torby. That's actually so much better. Oh my god, Elmau. Biozone replied, and then Richard, Mr. Stradley, is like, what if Toby was not square? Cursed Signalman transmitted a message from Pilot Gordon saying, I have him, lol. And this is for me. Got a chance to watch last stream, so they posted this. The Pondering of the Orb. Perfection. Just mwah, chef's kiss. Oh, I know what you mean. Though I do have to admit... Oh, wait, is there more? No, it just took me back a bit for some reason. But yeah, that's the end of the line. If anybody else is here for office hours, I am more than willing to take a look at some things for y'all. Any requests? Anyone? Anyone? Any thoughts, feelings, questions, comments? But yeah, don't worry, I'll be prepared for Valentine's Day. When that comes around. By the way, is it actually going to be on a Friday this year? Nope, it's going to be Saturday, but I'll have a themed train for it anyway. But yeah, I think that should be it then. Didn't mean for that to disappear, but you get the idea. We'll go to just chatting again. I just wanted to thank everybody for stopping by and watching. Because videos and streams are only made possible through the engagement and contributions of folks like you. I thank you for that. But yes, of course. Why wouldn't we have... But yeah, I just want to thank you for stopping by. If you haven't already, like, share, subscribe with notifications on. If you financially are able to, I know times are tough, then feel free to become a channel member for 99 cents a month or a patron at patreon.com for a little bit more. You can also donate directly through the Stream Elements link as that's preferred over Super Chats. That's in the description, along with Train of Thought's Discord, invite, and the link to his Twitter, and the link to his YouTube channel, of course. Anyway, I want to thank you all for watching. I will see you in the next one. And until then, take care, stay awesome, stay true to yourself, and remember to never give up. It's time for dinner. Bye.